All right, today we're going to practice and introduce subtracting fractions with decimals. I want you to write the stuff as I'm writing it because you'll be answering the questions as we go along. We've already practiced changing fractions to decimals. We've practiced changing decimals to fractions. Now we're going to put it together and answer problems. Okay, so the first problem I have is going to be 12 minus 4.5. Okay. All right, I like to write my problems up and down, especially when I'm dealing with fractions. All right, so 12 minus 4.5. There's nothing here with a fraction, so I want to borrow from here. And I'm going to see this bottom number right here, and I'm going to double it right here with 2 over 2, because I need it to be bigger than this one and use the same denominator. Okay, so 2 minus 1 is 1, and since the denominators are the same, it's going to stay the same as 2, and 11 minus 4 is 7. Okay. All right, the next one, we are going to have 0.75 minus 1/2. 0.75 minus 1/2. So I want to either change this to a fraction or this to a decimal. To me, this is easier to change to a decimal because remember, the fraction line means division. So we would go 1 divided by 2 and get 0.5. And so I'm just going to bring that down, 0.75. So 0.75 minus 0.5. So put that in the calculator. 0.75 minus 0.5 equals 0.25. Okay. All right. 3/5 minus 1/3. Okay, so I have two fractions. And like I said, I like writing my fractions up and down. So 3 over 5 minus 1/3. And I have to make new fractions over here because my denominators have to be the same. This is where you need to know your multiples of 5 or multiples of 3. Okay, you want the lowest common multiple, but if you can't find one, you can always multiply the two denominators together and get the least common multiple or a common multiple. So 5 times 3 is 15. Okay. 3 times what gets me 15? 5. 1 times 5 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, I'm still going to subtract. 9 minus 5 is 4. And then 15 stays the same. So my answer is 4/15, and we do not have to reduce it. Okay. All right. Now we're going to have 4/5 minus 0.25. 4/5 minus 0.25. Now make sure you are writing this with me so you can have it for your notes and when you get to the questions. So 4/5 minus 0.25, we're going to go ahead and change this to a decimal. So remember, the fraction line means divide. 4 divided by 5. 4 divided by 5 is 0.8 minus 0.25. 0.8 minus 0.25. Okay, so it is 0.55. Okay, I'm going to give you a few problems to try on your own in today's assignment.